All right, here are some things not to do to get your spouse back. And specifically, if you feel like you are a doormat in your relationship, these are some signs that you are being a doormat, because I had someone reach out to me. I talked to dozens and dozens of people every single week about their relationship. And she was asking me, Heather, I just feel like such a doormat. And here are some signs that you might be a doormat in your relationship. First, you're constantly not getting your own needs met. You may bend over backwards and you just do not get anything in return. Second, you feel resentful about the effort that you're making in the relationship. So if you feel any kind of level of resentment. And third, you feel like you don't have your own life outside of the relationship. Your relationship is your life. So those are some signs that you might not have some healthy boundaries, and you may be letting your spouse kind of control what happens in the relationship. And it's easy to feel like a doormat if you're in that situation. Sometimes when we go about doing kind things, but we're expecting a kind of result from our spouse, it's actually not out of kindness, right? It's actually kind of a manipulation. And so you want to make sure that all of the things that you're doing are from a place of health and being functional in the relationship. So here are some things to do if you're feeling like you are a doormat in your relationship. First, if you're upset about something, you need to speak up. You need to have a voice. This is a huge one that most of us are not taught how to handle the issues and the challenges that we face in our relationships. But when you can learn how to clearly express how you're feeling without it blowing up, or without getting into the blame game, without them being defensive or you getting defensive, this is how we're able to come together and solve problems rather than trying to sweep them under the rug. Second, don't just go along with everything that they want because you want their approval. If you're wanting their approval to that level and that extent, then that's really what we call a codependent relationship. You need to have a sense of security and stability and wholeness within yourself, and not be dependent on your partner to give you that sense of security or approval. Third, honor your own wants, your own desires, your own feelings, and your own goals. You need to have a life and a relationship that supports those things, and that you also support your partner in their things. If it's always about your partner's golf hobby, or that they're in wrestling and they're coaching and it just is consuming life, okay? I'm speaking to a client that I know where that was the case. Or where they get to hang out with their friends and family, but you never get to hang out with your friends and family. You really want to make sure that you honor your own wants, desires, feelings, and your own goals. All right, now fourth, understand that hiding your real desires from your partner isn't actually being nice. It's actually dishonest. They can't even attempt to make you happy or to reciprocate your efforts if they don't know what you really want or even how to give it to you. Sometimes we get into this idea that we don't want any contention. We don't want to rock the boat. It's easier just to let it go. But that is what creates that feeling of resentment that we talked about when you're constantly giving, when you feel like you aren't able to express how you're really feeling. So leave a comment if you feel like you relate to this at all, and if any of these tips are helpful for you. And then the final one, fifth, is let go of the idea that everything is just going to fall apart if you stop doing everything yourself. Sometimes we worry if I don't do it all, then my partner isn't going to do anything. And then nothing is going to get done and everything is going to fall apart because I'm the one holding it all together. And if that is true, that your partner may not actually do their part and that you are the one holding everything together, then it's time to kind of let things fall apart, because they need to be broken apart. We need to go through the destruction phase of the creation process so that then you can start to pick up the pieces and create a new, healthy, and more functional relationship. So if you're feeling like a doormat, it's time to empower yourself. Sometimes that might be that you need to have healthier boundaries or more clear communication with your partner. So if you want help on how to set healthy boundaries that won't backfire and will actually draw your spouse back to you, then just leave a comment and say boundaries, and I will send you a free guide that we put together on how to create those healthy boundaries in a way that helps your relationship rather than harms it further. It will help things to heal so that long-term you have that strong foundation that will weather the challenges and the storms of life. Right now, if you're being a doormat, it's like your house is built on sand, and we want to get you to that strong place where you can feel secure in yourself and secure in your relationship. So leave a comment. Let me know if you found this helpful. Which of these tips do you think would bless your life the most and bless your marriage the most? Thank you guys for watching, and I cannot wait to see your marriage thrive.
Thanks for listening to The Thriving Marriage, your A to Z blueprint for not just surviving marriage, but thriving. Until next time, my friends, thrive on.